Awesome. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to our third Trusted Nugget session. Today we are joined by Moira Ghallachóir, and obviously this is Moira's playing field. This is what Moira does. So I'm excited for our session today and the value she will inevitably add. And with that, I am going to hand it over to you, Moira.
Thanks, Kathleen. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you all. I'm Moira Ghallachóir, and I help entrepreneurs build a top-tier income from virtual speaking, and I also help them enroll as many of the viewers and attendees into their programs and products as possible. But it wasn't always that way. Things were tough at one point. I was thinking today about one of my first speaking gigs and how I got it. I was actually driving home from a networking event here in Donegal. So I live in rural Ireland, and for me to go to networking events, it usually takes about an hour, maybe 2 hours drive. So I was driving back from the networking event, and I was looking at my petrol gauge, and I was like, God, I hope I have enough money for petrol to get home. Like, things are really tight in 2015. And I remember thinking to myself, there must be an easier way to do this. I didn't have a massive budget. I didn't have, all of these skills and Facebook ads or things like that. And I knew I had to get clients. I wanted to build my business. So I'm driving along the road, and I'm like, there has to be an easier way. And then I saw this sign, and it was for a local business conference, which is kind of unheard of where I live here. And I was just like, I should be speaking at that conference. And then I was just like, that's it. I'm going to speak at that conference. And then I had heard, I had read a little bit, some things about speaking, how it can help your business. So I literally drove to this guy's office, bold as brass. I was kind of shitting myself as well. Going, what if he just turns me away and says, "Oh no, we don't want you as a speaker." So anyway, I pulled up outside. I walked up to his office, and I said, "Listen, I saw the sign that you're going to have this a big event for local business owners, and I'd love to be one of the speakers." And he was like, "Why would we have you as one of the speakers?" And I said, "Well, I see that one of the biggest problems that entrepreneurs and business owners have is that they're not making enough money, they don't have enough clients, and they really struggle with sales." And he was like, "Yeah, that's really true. So I'd love to do a presentation on helping them make more sales and do it in a way that inspires people to work with them so they don't feel salesy, they don't feel uncomfortable about it." And he was just like, "That sounds really good." He goes, "I think we'll book you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." It's like, so I walked out of there, like jumping, going to my car, sitting there, like my heart's thumping, and I was just like, wow, I just got my first speaking gig. So obviously then I was like, what the hell am I going to talk about? Because like this stuff was literally coming out of my mouth because this is what I was really passionate about, right? So what I want you to get from this is one of the easiest ways that you can find a speaking gig is by simply asking for it, right? And it doesn't have to be as hard as me walking into that office that day, but just finding something that you think that you would be suited for and literally just asking. I think one of the biggest problems that entrepreneurs are making is they're waiting to get ready before they start asking. They're waiting to have the perfect presentation, the perfect message, the perfect problem that they solve. When in actual fact, if you get the opportunity, you're all really intelligent entrepreneurs. You will get yourself ready. Do you know that I literally had 2 hours sleep the night before that speaking gig? I was just like up all night trying to go, what am I going to talk about? How am I going to do this? How am I going to formulate this? And of course, when the day came, I got up on stage, I did the presentation, I spoke from my heart, I gave 3 really good strategies on ways to get sales. And straight after the talk, a man walked up to me and he says, "I've never heard anybody simplify sales the way you have." He was like, "I need to talk to you." He practically hired me on the spot for €2,000. Then I met one of the best contacts that I've made in business, which is Eileen Forrestal. And I'm sure some of you know her because she's in the Genius U community. And she was back in 2015 and she was trying to get me to join back then. But it took to like last year for me to actually attend an event. But she came up to me and she says, "We have an annual event called the Get Up and Go Diaries, which usually has about 150 people at it. I'd love to have you as a speaker." So for me doing that, not only did I get €2,000 in business from a new client, but I also got an opportunity to speak in front of a really big audience just from asking that one question. And I think that if there's anything you're going to take away from this talk that I'm going to do for you today, is if you want to speak more, if you want to get more virtual opportunities, all you have to do is ask for them. And it doesn't have to be hard. And the beauty of this is, right, when I was doing this, I had to stand up in front of a room full of people staring at me. Do you know that I had that microphone in my hand and my hand was shaking so badly, I had to hold it to my chin to try and calm it down because I was so nervous. but I still got a new client and I still got one of the best speaking opportunities I ever had, right? Now with virtual speaking, you don't have to worry about having the whole world staring at you, looking at you from head to toe. None of that. It totally eliminates all of that fear. And also, there's no more public speaking anymore. Well, not right now, but it's only you in your office. It's literally just me in my office and some photos on a screen these days. So it makes it so much easier. So my first thing that I'd love to say to you is, like, if you want to find more virtual speaking gigs and you want to attract more clients, simply start asking for it. Just simply start asking for those opportunities. Be bold enough to think that that's a place that my audience are hanging out and they need to hear what I've got to say. And if you believe in what you do enough, if you believe that the mission that you're on and what you have to offer is good enough, you'll be able to do that. And you'll be able to do it with whatever you have right now to deliver people and offer people. It doesn't have to be that hard. So number one is simply asking for it. So number two is, I want to really, really dive into this a little bit. So the second really great way to captivate your audience, especially when it comes to speaking, is stop being so obsessed with your process. Right? Start getting really obsessed with the outcomes that you deliver to people. When I walked into that guy's office that day and I told him what I had to offer, I told him the biggest problem that I could see entrepreneurs have and the way that you could solve that problem. So it was a problem and then a solution, and it was delivered in one sentence. What I see that a lot of entrepreneurs are doing, I mean, it's not that it's bad. I think sometimes you can be so in love with your process and you can be so passionate about what you're doing, you can actually see past it. But your customers, they really don't care about your process. All they care about is the results that you can get them. So you've got to start focusing on what you make possible for people, not what you do. You think that your clients are buying what you do, but they're not. They're buying what you make possible for them. And what I've learned is if you can just stay focused on 2 to 3 specific outcomes that you help your clients achieve, not only will you have more clients, but you'll get invited to speak more, you'll make more money, you'll make more sales. And hands up, who doesn't want to do all of those things, right? Yes? Yes, I see a big eyes coming from Michelle because she says she knows it, but right? That's what we want. And that's what really sets us on fire in our business. And if we're making more money, especially as entrepreneurs, we're going to be investing in amazing things. There's so many amazing things in the world that entrepreneurs could be doing with their money if we could have more of them. And I think that you're all going to have more money and all going to have more clients if you can stop talking about your process and start talking about what your process makes possible for your clients. So, okay, I can hear somebody. All right, doesn't matter. But I want to give you an example of this. I did some work with Ian Woodhouse. He's one of the TBC members. Amazing entrepreneur, really has some really amazing things to offer. But he was really stuck in the fact that, what he helped his clients get was clarity. What he helped them get was focus, solutions, and a plan to move forward fast. Now, those are all really good things, right? But they don't really tell me, or they don't really make me want to whip out my credit card and say, I really need that now. And when we really dive deeper into exactly what his real genius zone was, like what was really setting him apart, well, Ian's an absolute genius at creating reliable revenue streams for healthcare professionals. So now his focus is going to be not on clarity, solutions, and a plan to move forward, but now he has a reliable revenue formula where he can help healthcare professionals get out of the time for money cycle so that they can make more money without the stress. Right? It's completely changed everything. Now when he's going to start talking about what he does, he's going to see people's interest go through the roof, because it's no longer going over people's head, and it's no longer like process driven. It's all about the outcomes, and it's what sets him apart. So now he actually is going to become known for something that he's really, really good at, and this kind of stuff really sets him on fire. And that's what you want your messaging to be about. You want it to be about the outcomes that you deliver. What is that thing that's really, really unique to you? It would be like me if I went around saying, hey, I can help you use public speaking as a tool to grow your business. It's a bit flat and boring. But actually what I do is I help people build a top tier income from virtual speaking in record time and show you how to enroll as many clients as possible from those opportunities. It's completely different. So stop being so focused on what you do and stop believing that your clients are buying what you do, and start focus on the outcomes that you deliver for people, and watch your results and watch the interest in what you do go through the roof. You know, I think that often entrepreneurs are a little bit afraid of like talking about results because they think it's the same as guaranteeing them. But actually, talking about results is what gets people excited to want to know more about us. It gets people excited to click book now. It gets people excited to ask you, how do you do that? I think that often we're trying to come up with these statements that just has everything stuffed into it, like this big laundry list, so that there's nothing left to explain. And entrepreneurs think that that's their message. It's not. It's like you want to create this opening where people want to go through and they want to know more. It's like we're trying to sell people the plane versus the destination, right? Nobody wants the plane. People want the destination. They want what's beyond. Nobody wants our coaching. Nobody wants to be mentored, really. What they really want is what's beyond that. And if you want to get more opportunities to speak, even whether it's with big events or small events, if you're talking about the outcomes that you deliver for people, event hosts are going to see that and they're going to think it's unique and different because only you do it, and you're going to get more opportunities to get on stages. And if you get at least one opportunity a week, I mean, I built my business from, oh my gosh, when I think about it, I did one opportunity every month. I made sure I had one opportunity in my calendar every single month in my business. With virtual speaking, if you have one opportunity in your calendar every week and you were able to get 1 to 2 clients every week from speaking, that's 4 to 8 clients a month. Like, let's put some numbers on that. If a client is worth 1,000 to you, that could be an extra 4K if you get one client. If a client is worth 2,000 to you, that could be an extra 8K. If a client is worth double that, the numbers just go up and up and up. And people always say, how did you cross the 6-figure mark so fast? I was like, exactly like that. I would do a talk, I would enroll a client. I would do a talk, I'd enroll 2 clients. I'd do another talk and enroll 3 clients. And I got into this real rhythm and cycle of speaking enrollment. And what happened is I did that. I got well known. I became good at speaking. And the beauty about this is, don't think that you have to come up with a different talk every time you speak. You don't. You can actually use the same talk. You just need to change the audience, you know? And there's millions of people out there. So I actually use the same talk for almost 2 years now. I changed my talks now because I'm a more seasoned speaker, but you can use the same talk. I had a client, her name was Mel McSherry, and when she came to me, she was just like, I just want more clients. I want to speak. I just want to get out there. I want to be known. I just want to have a big impact. And she was like, but I'm exhausted. She was like, every time I have to speak, I have to come up with something different. Nobody knows what I really do. So we came up with one message, one talk, one offer. And then I taught her how to find speaking gigs. Within a year, she went from making $14,000 a year to making $85,000 the following year from this formula. And she's still doing it now. And I know that that is going to take her to the $500,000 mark and beyond easier, even faster, because it's not public speaking anymore. It's virtual speaking, right? So positioning the outcome of what you do, and then having a great, then making sure that you have at least 1 gig in your calendar a week. And you're getting at least 1 to 2 clients per gig. That's 4 to 8 clients for you on a monthly basis. And it doesn't stop there. You could do 3 gigs a week if you wanted. I'm just trying to make this doable and manageable for you, the possibility with speaking. And then the third one I want to share with you, so I'm triple dropping on you guys today if you haven't noticed, right? So the third one is, you can actually craft your own audience. You don't even have to wait for the opportunities. Like, one of the first things I did is I hopped on doing Facebook Lives every day. And I invite people that I'm meeting, and I'm like, hey, come to one of my Facebook Lives. Come to one of my Facebook Lives. Or I've got my own audience every single day. So you don't even have to wait for these opportunities. The things about doing Facebook Lives every day, you start to be seen more. And if you're wanting to be a speaker, you have to be seen. You can't want to be a speaker and be hiding. So you have to be seen. So Facebook Live is a really great way to do that. The second thing you can do is you can collaborate with other people that do have a bit more of an audience with you. Invite them on in a collaboration. And then the third thing you can do, you can actually have your own virtual event, like my Secret Suppers Worldwide. I've been filling events of like 12 to 15 people almost every week since this lockdown started, and now I've turned it into this license model where I've sold the license already in like 8 different countries, and where people are going to be doing Secret Suppers all over the world. But the idea is that we're crafting our own ideal audience of our ideal customers, so that we can have an audience with them. We can share with them who we're about. We can let them see who we're associated with. And it's great for building trust, like Michelle was talking about. And it's great for building relationships. And it's great fun. Who doesn't want to have more fun with what they do? So there's my 3 nuggets for you today on how to use virtual speaking and captivate your audience from how you do that. And yeah, I mean, I could talk about this topic all day long, but we're exactly at the 15-minute mark, and that's me.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, so I'm doing the end of the topic. I know Kathleen started for everyone, so hi everyone, I'm Michelle. I'm the Chief Partnerships Officer. That was really awesome, Moira. There was so much value in that. I think, and also a great example to the other trusted Buyers Club members as to how to really do a great nugget as well. So just so everyone knows who's been on this call, or if you're listening to this recording, all the people who are sharing on our 15-minute nuggets are members of our Trusted Buyers Club, and typically they're also faculty members for our Crisis Leadership Academy. So they're all leaders in that own right. So when they're sharing content and value, definitely worth getting connected up with them. And what's the easiest way for people to get connected up with you, Moira, if they actually want to find out more about some of the stuff that you're up to as well?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna actually, I popped my my calendar link. If anybody on this call actually wants to speak to me about virtual speaking for them, they can actually call me or book a call with me. And then for anybody outside who's watching this back, you can get me at Moira.
Post that. Yeah, I was going to say post that in the circle as well. By the way, sorry. Yes, go ahead.
I'll post that in the circle, Michelle, because my name is a bit difficult. It's Moira at mng.ie. You'll find me as Moira and Ghallachóir on Facebook. That's where I hang out all the time. But yeah, if anybody wants to reach out and talk to me about getting speaking gigs, I'll be very surprised if I can't tell you at least 10 opportunities for you to get on stage within 5 minutes flat.
I had a session with Moira and it was super awesome, so I highly recommend it. And also, for some reason, I can't screen share. I think it's been disabled at the other side, but you can always connect with Moira on Genius U as well. Yeah, if you just want to do the spelling of your name, Moira, because I can't screen share, so I can't share with everyone, but I'll just type it in there so that, oh, there you go. That's even better. There you go. So connect with Moira on Genius U as well. Drop her a message there, and you can see that she has some pretty cool products that you can connect in with. All right, that's the end of our little nugget there. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please share it if you have enjoyed it, and we will see you on our next nugget. Bye for now, everyone.
Bye.